all to the personality development and importance of continuous learning webinar. I'm sure next 30 to 35 minutes we're going to stick together here, and it will be a great informative session for each one of you over here. So first thing is what we're going to discuss in the next couple of minutes. Why personality development is important, whether it's for our personal life or our professional life. Any one of you would like to share your thoughts, why you feel personality development is important for us? Let's make it interactive, not be just one-sided communication.
Hi, sir. I think
Yes.
personality development helps one to stand out of the crowd, differentiate
Yep.
itself from the others, and make it a better presentable to the others or seniors.
Yeah, that's one part of it. Absolutely true, Ayush. Anyone else would like to add or share your thought?
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
please.
I think, yes, sir. So I think personality development is important because, again, if you want people to take you seriously, then you have to have a good personality. And again, if you are in a company and if that company has invested in you, and if you're representing that company, definitely you should have a good personality because you are representing that company. So again, you should have a good personality to be able to represent yourself and the institutions that you are representing at the same time. So
Absolutely,
yeah, that's it.
true. Absolutely true. Anyone else would like to add or share your thought? Why personality development is important? Feel free to share your thoughts like you have shared the survey. Please do not hesitate. We all are in a close group. Yeah, Udit, Princey, Abhishek, Nimish, Karthik. Feel free to share your thought. Prashant, Garima, Hemant, Mohit, Ayan. Any thought?
Yeah, I would like to add here. I was waiting to hear, more from the student to participate. Like what just Ayush and Nitesh just shared, no? So, like, how do we present ourselves, and how do we look in the public place or at a workplace? But honestly, just I'll ask one thing: is it for somebody else or is it for us?
Yes, that's a good question, Shikha ma'am.
Because we want to be capable, right? As a capable individual, we should be happy with ourselves first before presenting ourselves to somebody else. So everything starts from I.
Absolutely true.
Are we happy with that? If we are not happy, then why and where we are not happy? Working on those things. So personality is all about thinking about yourself, that this is my personality. If I'm happy, if I'm confident and courageous, of course I'll be able to present myself to anywhere, anyone very nicely and pleasantly. So that was my share what you asked and what they just replied to.
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot, Shikha ma'am. Okay. So I don't bother you much to answer so many questions. Let's get into the first thing. Like today, in next couple of minutes, we're gonna discuss why personality development is important. Like Nitesh said, Ayush said their thoughts, and Shikha madam has also shared their thought. I'm sure a lot of you, like most of you, are also thinking in that direction what Ayush, Nitesh, and Shikha madam has shared. And some of you are still in dilemma whether I should share this or not, right? This all comes in your personality. And slowly and gradually to being reached to a leadership level, we need to work upon those phobias. We need to probably work on those, you can say, barriers in our mindset, how we need to move on forward to being a good leader. So that's what we're going to discuss in detail. But before jumping into why personality development is important, so next thing we're going to learn in this session is what type of personality we like to develop. That is also more important for each one of us. We understand why personality development is important. Then probably we should be deciding what type of personality I want it to be, how I want it to look like, how I want it to speak like, how people should look at me, and what exactly I want to give back to the society. And there's so many things. It depends whether you want to be a Khushi Ram or you want to be a Dukhi Ram. It's all part of your personality, right? So second thing we will be learning in this session is what type of personality we like to develop ourselves. I'll be sharing certain example. Some of you may agree to it, some of you may not agree to it. Don't worry. Nothing is perfect in this life, to be very honest. I'm like any author, any writer, or any poeter, or any filmmaker, they share their thoughts. So here also we will be sharing our thoughts or our experiences. You may like it, you may don't like it, you may agree to it, you may disagree to it. Nothing bad about it, because everyone have their own experience and their own perspective, right? Next agenda item we will be discussing is how can we further develop our personality. So here we'll be, I'm sure you might be knowing certain tools, tips, and I would love like if you guys can share those tools and tips with the group so that everyone will reach to the same level. And in addition to that, we will be also sharing certain tools and tips so that it would be an informative session for each one of you. Before you go back, you have certain notes with you, what you have learned in this session. And maybe like it would be good if you can have your notepad and pen and make the notes wherever you feel it's relevant for you. I don't say like all things you need to make a notes, but wherever you feel it's being relevant for you, it's being informative for you, please do make the notes, right? And then we're going to discuss on why continuous professional development is important. And then we have a couple of minutes for the FAQ session, right? So that's how we will be going in next couple of minutes. Let's start with the first thing, why personality development is important, right? So first thing is personality. What is personality actually? Like Shikha ma'am has already shared, Ayush and Nitesh has also already shared their view about it. But personality is what you are as a person and what's ability you have gathered over the period of time that reflect what you are as a personality, right? Like how Nitesh said, you should be looking smart. Sometimes it's on you, sometimes it's not on you. For example, if my height is short, I cannot be a tall person, right? If I am fatty, probably I can reduce my weight, but if I am short, then it's hard to be to increase my height. Same way, if my reflection is dark, it would be hard for me to change my reflection. But what we can do is the power of dressing. That's how probably we can overshadow the looks, right? Probably if you are smart enough, if your look is smart, then it's really good. Probably required less power dressing. But if you may be a short, or you may be extra tall, or if you have like different complexion, which is not generally acceptable, or may have some other problems, for example, any reason, then probably you can overcome with all those things through the power of dressing. Through the power of dressing, let's say for a man, wearing a smart shirt, wearing a smart tie, wearing a smart jacket, right? And having appropriate haircut, making like make yourself so neat and clean. Same way is for the girls. How you carry yourself is very important. Power of dressing will genuinely help in overcome with the looks and feels kind of issues if your personality have. But otherwise also everyone, like some of you have said, if you're representing yourself being an MBA student of such an elite you can say group, or you're reflecting when you're into the job, or you might be doing your own business, that means at that point of time you'll be reflecting, you'll be the face of your company, right? The face of the company should be look, shine nice and smart, right? That helps through the power of dressing. If you improvise your power of dressing, you can make significant difference in the way people look at you, the way people talk to you, the way people perceive you, right? Second is as a personal, probably like some of you from like different background, maybe you might not be comfortable in global language, which is English, right? So some of you maybe have done your schooling and college from Hindi medium school. Some of you might have done in, you can say, local language if you are from different state, right? But slowly and gradually you have developed your communication skill, your globally acceptable communication skill, that is English. That's how what you are. And slowly and gradually, if you keep on working on those skill set, it will reach to those level which is being accepted across the globe. That says impactful presentation and communication skill, right? So maybe as a person, probably when you growing up, you may not be a good presenter, you might not be a good communicator, but if you slowly and gradually develop those ability, you can reach to those, right? If I talked about myself, I studied like up to 16 years of my life in a Hindi medium school, in a government school. But after that, I took those effort in next 20 years to reach to what I am today, right? Same way, each one of you can develop those skills and develop those abilities to improvise your personality, what you were previously and what you are currently and what you're gonna be in future, right? Next is as a personal is behavior and etiquettes, right? So probably like how we groom, it impact a lot on our behavior, it impact a lot on our etiquettes. But these are personal things what you have learned when you were grooming, right? But when you are about to go to corporate, about to go to the world, then you can develop those appropriate behavior required for the business. You can develop those etiquettes required for the business, right? So these are skill set can be adopted, can be implement or can be embraced over the period of time, rather than just saying like my grooming up was not like that, I am down from the this language background, or I am from this culture, so it's not acceptable, or it's hard for me. Nothing is hard, to be very honest with you. What we are is we as a person, but the abilities are things which can be developed over the period. So if you add or if you develop those ability, it will definitely impact or create a wonderful personality, what we are and what we want to be, right? Same way, if you see, some people feel that they are introvert, right? Some people feel they are extrovert, but these introvert or extrovert kind of person, that that you are an introvert, that you are an extrovert. But if you develop a good public speaking skill, then I think world will never get to know whether you are introvert or an extrovert person. It will take you to the balance. It will take you to the level plane, right? These are certain abilities probably you need to develop. If you are an introvert person, I know for extrovert, it's easy sometimes, but if you are an introvert, if you are shy, or if you don't speak much, or if you have limited friends, you do not gel up with everyone, then I think there are so many courses on the earth which help you developing public speaking skills, and I'm sure it will be part of your MBA curriculum also, and it will be giving you a lot of opportunity to do the public speaking in your curriculum, right? In your projects, in your delivery, in your you can say internal workshops, you will be getting all those opportunities to develop your public speaking skills. That is something can be developed to reach to what you want to be. Next is emotions also. Sometimes people get so angry easily, right? Sometimes people feel frustrated so easily. Sometimes people feel so bad very easily. Sometimes people have a sense of insecurity. Sometimes people have, you can say, negative feelings about others. Sometimes people feel like it's always happened negative with me. But if you learn the emotional intelligence, that is an ability which you can develop That is a skill set which you can develop. That is a skill set you can earn or understand. If you understand about the emotional intelligence, how the situation impact to the brain, to the neurosystem, how the neurosystem of a man work, how the neurosystem of a woman work, and how the respective emotional intelligence work when you think so much. Sometimes like problem is not so big, but we assume it to be so big, and we get into the phobias and feel difficult to come out of it. But if you learn about emotional intelligence, it will be definitely help you to dealing with those difficult situations comfortably. So right, what we are as a personality is what I am personal, and what all abilities I have developed over the period of time. So here probably you get a sense. In this slide, I'm sure each one of you have got some or the other sense what abilities I have developed so far, and probably some ability I still need to work upon, right? Would you like to share your thoughts? What do you feel the abilities you have, and probably the ability you feel need to be developed more in your personality? Come on, guys, make it interactive.
Sir, I think I need to work on making more coherent sentences and work on fluency.
Yeah. You know, like in India, we feel like if we say something about ourselves and if we ask certain question, probably people will judge us. And that's the reason we do not, you can say, take courage to ask the question. But, you know, it's all phobia. That's what we think. You know, after maybe a year and after once you pass out, you will be having like 2 or 3 limited friends from this group. And no one will be judging you at that point of time. But if you have not asked the right question when it was needed, probably the question which is in your mind will be unanswered and you will not grow. Probably the knowledge you can achieve from any professor like me or any industrialist like me who will be coming for any industry connect session or for any such session, and what you'll be learning in your routine curriculum, if you do not ask the right question, or if you do not ask the question what is bothering you, then how on the earth can somebody help you moving forward? Please ask those questions not to myself only, to any of your professor, to any of your colleague, or anyone like me who is coming for any such session in future also. So feel free to ask those questions. No, don't feel like people are judgmental. Don't feel people are judging you here. It's your career, it's your future, and you need to drive it, right? If you do not ask those right questions to the people like us and the other professor in your university, then how you will get those answers? If you don't get those answers, then how will you improvise yourself, right? That is very important. Thanks a lot, Ayush, for sharing the ability you want to or skill set you want to develop. Anyone else would like to share before we jump into the next slide? Okay, so next is why personality development is important. Personality, and now we are moving on to the why personality development is important. You know, each one of us wants to know before doing anything, like what is in it for me, what is the benefit I'll be getting out of it, right? So here are the benefits of a good personality. Like initially, like Ayush, Nitesh, and a couple of you have shared, we can be in a position to better present ourselves, better present the company, and distinct ourselves from the crowd. You know, initially a couple of lines has already made them distinct from the crowd. Why we are not taking up that courage? Why we are not coming out? You guys are doing MBA. Come on, you should be come out of the crowd, right? That is the objective of doing this MBA program, so that you can stand out of the crowd. If you're still lying in that crowd, then I think you're wasting your time. Please don't take me otherwise, but objective of doing an MBA is stand out of the crowd. That's the basic objective. People from engineering do MBA, people from commerce background do MBA, people from economics background do MBA, people from science, arts, everywhere do MBA. Why they want to do MBA? Why they want to be a master's? So that they can stand out of the crowd, right? If you are not taking up those questions, if you're not asking, if you're not interacting, then probably you're not standing out of the crowd. Coming back, why personality development is important and why these grooming sessions are important. One, it helps you increasing your self-awareness. Like couple of questions you answer in the survey, I'm sure that have pushed you to do the introspection, whether I know about myself, the skill set, my strength, my weaknesses or not. I know like 69% of you said yes, but I'm sure after this session, couple of you will move to maybe because there's a lot of things. Maybe sometime we take it seriously, sometime we not. But those 31% of the people who said no, I'm sure this session will help you doing some introspection to know more about your strength and your weakness, right? If you are moving into like personality development thing, it helps you in awareness about yourself, what you are as a person, what are your strengths, what are your weakness, and probably what are the opportunities and threats around you. Like the SWOT analysis, I'm sure you all might be doing an MBA program, right? That SWOT analysis is not only for the company, it applies to ourselves as well. Once we know our strength, then it's easy to play around it. Once we know our weakness, it's easy to improve upon, right? But when we do not know our strength, then on what we will be playing, right? If we do not know our weakness, then how we will be improvising ourselves. So personality development is important. It helps you creating more self-awareness about yourself so that you can manage the situation, you can manage the questions, or you can manage what coming in your life betterly, right? Second thing, once you have a good personality, it gives you a good confidence also, because the personality include your overall traits. It's not only about technical things that it's more about how you articulate the things also. For example, if you are in an interview, let's say, and any question come out of your technical skill set, what you are learning in your graduation, BTech or MBA program, then how you will be dealing with those questions, right? It will be, if you have a good personality, that means you are aware of how to articulate the things and you know the art of articulation, then probably you would be in a better position to respond to that question, whether you know it 100% correctly or probably you may not it 100% correctly. But if you articulate it properly, then the people who will be listening to you will feel good about you, right? And once you have a good personality, like we discussed here, when you have a good power dressing, you have a good look, you have impactful presentation and communication skills, when you have like appropriate behavior and etiquettes, and you know at the public how to speak, and you know about the emotional intelligence, it will give you a lot of confidence, right? When you know about your subject, I'm sure 90%, more than 99% of you agree to me, you are more confident on what you are speaking, right? Say yes or no. At least give me a thumbs up. When you know the subject, you feel confidence. Yes, in today's exam, I'm confident I'll crack it.
Yes, sir.
Right? Same way, if you have developed your personality over the period of time, it will continuously keep you confident. It will continuously help building your confidence, right? Third is, it will create a positive atmosphere, because like personality here helps you creating an atmosphere. What you are is actually impacted by the atmosphere around you. And that atmosphere is being created with the personality you are. If you are a good personality, if you are like a cherished person, then everyone would love to cheer with you, right? If you are an approachable person, then everyone feel comfortable approaching with you, right? If you are subject matter expert, then people will be feeling more comfortable reaching out to you, asking the relevant question to you, right? Have you guys experienced these things with you? Are you
Yes,
guys
sir.
approachable? People feel comfortable reaching out to you? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and some of the people in the group might be like party animals. Any one of you is a party animal who love doing partying all the time? Yes, no? No one is party animals? Okay. Any one of you like in the group is being subject matter expert for some or the other things you're doing, and people feel comfortable reaching out to you to take your advice on those subject matter?
Yes, sir. It happens frequently.
Right, it happens. What theory we are sharing here, please try to correlate with your experiences. Then you will be in a position to embrace what we are discussing here and what is the objective of this session, right? It creates a positive atmosphere when you have a good personality. People feel comfortable reaching out to you. People feel happy to reaching out to you. People feel helping you because you are helping them, right? And it simultaneously help you enhancing your public relation. Have you heard about your network is your net worth?
Yes, sir.
Right? Why it's saying so? Why it's saying so? Any idea or any thought you would like to share?
So, because we're ultimately presenting ourselves, our personality is actually what helps us come through in between the people. And the better we network, the better we create worth out of it.
Yeah, that's good. So in addition to that, like, your network, for example, no one on the earth knows everything, to be very honest with you. And we all are being into a circle where we need the helps of other. But how do you get the help of other unless and until you know about what that person have the capability? For example, I'm a professor. I teach US CPA, I teach US CMA, I teach US tax practitioner course, data analytics, and internal audit and IT audit course. Unless and until you know that I teach all these courses and I have an expertise about all these courses, and we know each other, and if any problems comes in your life about, let's say, US taxation, about, say, any accounting matter, to whom you will be reaching out. If you know me, then you can quickly connect with me, right? Same way, for example, 𝐼𝐴𝐺 is good in, let's say, knowing about US market, right? Let's say he do import and export from India to US and US to India. And any of you, for example, working in any company and they wanted to expand their business in US, then you'll feel more comfortable reaching out to 𝐼𝐴𝐺 in knowing like how they do import and export with that country, what is the culture in that country, what are the terms and conditions on which you make the imports and export with those companies, right? That's how network actually help you. And if you have a good personality, people like to network with you, and your network and your public relation will stay forever, for a long time. And you don't know at what point of time in your life you would be needing what kind of skill set, because everything you cannot do in your life, right? So a good personality development or a good personality person will easily attract good people, and good people helps in developing a good network, and at the end it will help in getting things done. For that we are doing MBA. What is a manager? Get things done, right? Being a leader in future, you should have developed those skill set for a good public relations, develop the skill set of interpersonal skill, reaching out to each other, knowing more about each other, and sharing those businesses with each other, right? Next is, if you have a good personality, it will definitely increase your chances of winning. Probably throughout your journey as of now, you might be in study in your schools, college, and now in university, right? But when you go into the field, winning is that matter the most. And the people who win the most is the great personality of the earth. If you develop all those skill set which is being required for a great personality, your chances of winning the deal, chances of great negotiation is more than 99%. Right? So these are the benefits and importance for having a great personality. And if you develop a good personality, it will help you creating your self-awareness, building your confidence, creating a positive atmosphere around you, and enhancing your public relation. And it will definitely increase the chance of your winning for any deal you want to crack it, whether it's an interview, whether it's any negotiation, or any deal you're working upon. Right? Any question, anything need more clarification, or anyone would like to share your experience before we jump into the next topic?
Sir, I'm really sorry to say, but we have a class coming in next 10 minutes.
Okay. At what time we have class, or it's
So
started?
4:10. So
okay, just give me 5 minutes to wrap it up.
Sure, sir.
Right. Okay. So these are a couple of leaders I'm sure you all might be knowing about them, whether it's from great economists like Manmohan Singh, Amartya Sen, whether it's like great engineer like Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, Arvind Krishnan, like who are like CEO of Google, Microsoft, IBM, or anyone from the great commerce background like CFO Divya, who is the CFO of General Motors, like Flipkart CFO Shriram Venkatesan, right? Mohandas Pai, he got like first best CFO award in Infosys. These are the people, probably being an MBA student, we look for, whether we are from economics background, we are from engineering background, or we are from commerce background. But a couple of things which you have noticed is common in these personality. One thing is never stay in their comfort zone. That's very important. To grow as a business leader, to grow as a world leader, you should stop staying in the comfort zone. If you're staying in a comfort zone, that means in future you'll be struggling. And you need to develop the visionary skill set. You should know where you are, where you want to be in a couple of years, and what is your long-term goal to be, right? And most important skill set or strength has been noticed among all the global leaders is believing in themselves. If you believe in themselves, if you believe in yourself, then the world will believe you in a day, right? And fourth one is they embrace the change. Change is difficult, always difficult. If you see in last 2 years, this COVID has created such a big change in all the economic and all the world. And these are early adopter. This is the common skill set and strength in the leader who embrace the change. And fifth thing is they all are technocrat. No business on the earth can develop like how Google, how Microsoft, how IBM, or maybe Facebook, Intel, HP, Amazon are without having a tech involved in it, right? And then more important thing is, more important than a planning is execution. These people believe in focus more on execution. They do the planning, but most of the plan on the earth get failed because they do not execute it well. They are well executed of the plan what they have made in their life. And they always be curious to know, curious to learn, and they all are great listener. And the most important thing is perseverance. That means what they do, what they believe in doing, they keep doing it. What the word is saying does not matter or does not impact with them, right? And the next one is for you guys, the skill set is being required, which we need to develop. One is like communication and presentation skill. Every great leader, if you see on the earth, is a great communicator and a great presenter. That is a skill set we all need to work on. Second important thing is people management. All the great leaders on the earth have a great people management skill and the public skill and the delegation of the work. At the same time, they all are agile and adaptable to the change, right? And then they have innovation and creative thinking. That is something you need to develop slowly and gradually. It will not come in a day. And they all are thought leaders and decision makers. Most of the time people not reach to the heights because they do not take the decision on time. Last and most important thing, if you want to be a global leader, you should develop a cultural and emotional intelligence, right? And then there are certain tools and tips through which you can develop those skill set. I know you all are doing great MBA program from Delhi University and Department of Business Economics that will teach you a lot of good stuff. But in addition to that, you can develop those skill set which we have shared here through small tools and tips which we are sharing here, like LinkedIn learning platform. That's a great learning platform across the globe. For all this skill set, for a good leader, you can look at the great learning in the LinkedIn learning platform, Udemy, Coursera, Unacademy, Udacity, Skillshare, edX, and masterclasses. You can note down this name. I'm sure these will be great helpful tools for you to develop those skill set. And then why continuous learning is important. One is, we all know the world is changing faster than ever before. And at the same time, the skill set required is also changing. What skill set was required in 1980 has been completely abolished in 2000, and what skill set was required in 2000 is completely gone out in 2020. And now what skill set is required currently probably may not be required in 2025. Because of the ever-changing world, ever-changing dynamic, we all need to work upon continuous professional development to make sure we are in the game and we are leading the game. Second is the globalization. As we are hearing this terminology since our birth, but slowly and gradually it's breaking all the boundaries. If you have seen, nowadays geography is completely a history. There's no more geographical barrier. If people are sitting in India, you can work for US, Canada, Mexico, Europe, anywhere in the world. And we all know this gig economy has made it happen, right? And the technology revolution, probably in 1980s, we have seen the computers came in. Then 2000, we have seen internet has came in and has taken a great place. But nowadays, if you see artificial intelligence, right, robotic process solution, machine learning. Have you heard about metaverse? That's completely changing the world of future. Why the Facebook has changed the name to Meta? That's an important question to ask yourself. That's a future technology which is coming on the earth. That's a metaverse. Are we ready for those technology? Being an MBA student, you all should think about it, right? These are the reasons why we need to continuously develop our skill set. The next is, it helps you in improvising your productivity at the workspace, and it will open the door for the new opportunity for you. Today, you might be working in India, but if you continuously keep yourself updated, it will open the global doors for you, right? So I know we are running short of time. If you have any question, I'm more than happy to answer. And thanks to each one of you for joining this and giving me opportunity to present in this session.
Thank you. So we are running short on time. So definitely we'll convey the questions if the batch has any to Shikha ma'am or you directly on the LinkedIn. So thank you, sir, for such an enlightening session. I, 𝐈𝐻 𝐸, on behalf of DFBE, extend a hearty vote of thanks to our speaker for taking out his valuable time and for sharing his experiences and opinion today with us. And as a token of appreciation, we have planted a tree in your name at Sundarbans National Park in West Bengal. It was indeed a pleasure. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. I've shared my LinkedIn profile. Feel free to connect with me. Thank you very much.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, CCC, for the session.